few things that I use to create my Bible timelines, which you can see in my shop. You do not have to buy all these, but I know that a lot of you are asking, where do you get your information, or how do I dig deep like you are? And here are my resources that I use. So let's go over a couple things that you could use for resources as you're digging into your Bible study. And a lot of these could be available online, but the good ones are usually cost money, and I like hard copy stuff that I can write and take notes in or highlight, so I have my hard copy stuff. This is old. I do have a newer version on my faves page that you can buy, but this is from Zondervan, the Bible dictionary. So let's say you read a word, you have no idea what that means, like Passover. So you might look up the word Passover or Pentateuch, which we'll talk about in a minute. And it tells you what the actual definition is. And then they'll also have little extra things like maps and pictures, but the newer ones of any kind of Bible dictionary will not be as dated as this one is. I just like the nostalgia of this one. This is the new compact Bible dictionary from Zondervan, which is a great company for Christian resources. So you need a Bible dictionary to look up words you don't understand. Sometimes you might understand the word, but you kind of want to do your own personal study on it. So maybe you're going through a period of grieving and you want to look up verses where people are grieving and what happened, how they responded to God. This also is very old. I got in a thrift store and I love it. It's from the early 1900s, but it is Cruden's Complete Concordance. And I've also got an updated version that you can find on my site on the faves page. But you also need a concordance. And then this isn't the definitions. This is every instance of that word in the Bible. So for example, this page has give. And so it's got variations of give, thanks, I give, not give, or give not, I will give, the Lord gives. And then under that, it's got a little phrase and where you find it in the Bible. So if you want to do a personal study on something that you're dealing with or someone else is going through, or you're just wanting to dig deeper on something, the concordance is a great way to get all the information on that one word. Now, all that's going to be taken out of context, so that's a different kind of study than we're trying to do with the Bible timelines, but these are still great studies to do, is looking up verses on a word that you're trying to learn more about. But these are great for learning about the actual manners and customs, like what specifically people wore back in these Bible times, what kind of food they ate, how they lived, what the hierarchy of the house looked like, all these manners and customs of the Bible. This is one, I have not read the whole thing. I've just kind of taken a few pieces from it, but I really want to dig into this next year. Forms of government, childhood and adolescence, what it's like as a child in Bible times, the architecture and the furniture, all kinds of cool information about Bible times can be found in here, which would give you a little context of what people were going through as if you were a child or a woman or just even a regular old guy back in the Bible days. Here is Bible commentary, which they've got a lot of different versions. This is the one that's more well known, the Baker version, the Baker Illustrated Bible Commentary, and that takes you through every book of the Bible. And instead of this being a Bible with little footnotes at the bottom, the whole thing is a footnote. So you would use your Bible next to this, and this would say, okay, if I don't understand what I'm reading in Genesis 11, chapter 11, I would go here where it says Genesis chapter 11, and it would say verses 1 through 9, here's what it's talking about. And then I would read all the way to here. And then over here starts verse 10 through 32. So you can literally use this like a Bible, but it's not the Bible text. It's commentary on the Bible. And there are lots of different commentaries you can refer to, which would also be great to kind of compare those, see where they overlap, see where they kind of disagree with each other. But this is strictly commentary by biblical scholars. Here's another resource that I use, a Bible atlas, a map, historical atlas of the Bible. And all these links again are on my faves page. And this is just strictly where were all these events happening. And I use a few of these in my Bible timelines, but this uses every single one you could possibly think of, plus gives all the explanation on what the map is saying and what time period it was addressing and all that good stuff. Lots and lots and lots of information. And the last thing, which if you have my timelines, you'll probably love this, which, spoiler alert, I'm planning on doing this when I'm done with all of my timelines, is creating something similar to this where you can tape something together to make one big cohesive timeline. It will not be quite as detailed as this, but this is my inspiration for doing a lot more things visual. A lot of these resources are very visual. This timeline literally goes through world history, the Middle Eastern rulers and empires, the actual Bible history that goes with it. It's got pictures of Stonehenge and the pyramids and all kinds of stuff. And so this compares, you could pull this whole thing out and your whole wall, maybe 2 walls would be covered in it. So this is super, super, super detailed. I will have a more simplified version of this available whenever I figure out or finish my New Testament printables. But this is very, very fun to just dig into for you history nerds out there, to dig into all the details. And this goes from Adam all the way to today. And mine will just cover what the Bible time periods are. So the beginning of creation to the early church. And this one goes to literally whenever they made this. 2006 might have been the year this came out, because that looks like the last date.